I was a hairdresser.
Sorry.
I was a hairdresser for 22 years. I had my own business for a while, and then I went out and worked for a chain company. And in the middle of all of that, I had fallen down on some icy steps and dislocated my ankle in 3 spots and had to get an ankle fusion. In that process, I had 4 surgeries, and I went back to doing hair, and it made a bone underneath get weak, and I had to get another fusion. So I'm fused up and down and side to side. So I have a really hard time even being on my feet. In that period of time, I'm a single mom. I have a 9-year-old son. His name is Sage. I lost my mom 4 years ago. And I just knew that I needed to find something not only for my ankle, but for my son to have me. So I had been looking, I had been scammed so many times, and I was so nervous to even answer Ashton. But in the meantime, I followed her kind of on her page to see what she did. And I was like, oh yeah, like this, maybe this is legit. And so I followed her a little bit. I didn't say yes right away. And she got me going. I think it was in January, right, Ashton? January.
Yeah, January.
And I just went for it. I didn't know what I was doing. I still kind of don't know what I'm doing, but it's working. And it's so nice to be home with my son. I don't have a lot of family around, so that's very important to me. I just I knew that like I needed to do something, but I couldn't, like I even can't like go on walks very long. But I needed that income coming in. So yeah, I was barely getting by. Like I had to have like help from churches paying rent and all that. Yeah. I started out making $16. My first paycheck with It Works was $16. And I thought, shit, I can't live off of $16. Is this really real? Like, there's no way. And I just promoted to Emerald. Yay. And it's just so nice to have that extra cash to be able to go do fun stuff with my son and pay my bills and my debt and not have to worry of calling churches to pay bills and getting help from my family and leaning on other people. That's a crush right there.
Yeah. And can I just say, when Amanda joined me, she was telling me about all of her situation that she was in. And last month when commissions posted, 3 days ago, I called her and I was like, did you see your commissions? And
Yeah.
I told her what it was. And I was sorry. Liam, go in there with Dad. He's in the office. Sorry. What was I saying? I just lost it. Oh, and last month she made enough to pay all her bills with It Works. And it's crazy because in January she couldn't say that. And last month was just May. We're only 4 months in. She joined at the end of January. And so if you're in a situation financially where you're struggling, or maybe you're like Amanda and you're like, I like extra $16 would do me good. But if there's more that comes with it, then great. You have the opportunity to do that here and to do anything that you put your mind to. And the best thing about It Works that I like is we don't have a pay cap. So we can make as much money here as we want to and we need to. It just depends on your work ethic and what you do with it.
Yes. Yes.
Can I ask a few questions?
Absolutely.
I ask a few things about some of the things you said, because I really think a lot of people can find, even if it doesn't relate to themselves, it's going to relate to conversations they're having. And it's also very inspiring. But so whenever you've made that first check and it was only $16, what kept you going? Because like I can see like getting that $16 check, and like you said, you're like, I can't live off of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it could have been so easy for you to say, I'm not doing this. It's $16 isn't changing my life. You know what I mean? Like, what for you like made you not give up and say, I'm not gonna
I've given up in the past, and I prayed about it, and I was like, this is just gonna work, God. Like, even though it's $16, you just got to keep plugging away. Like, this is real. Like, Ashton gave me a whole bunch of people to follow and like the pages to follow. And I was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just be patient. Whenever I got down, I was just like, no, like, let's go further, you know? And
Yeah,
I
and
love it.
I'm
And it's so fun. Like, it's not even like it's just fun for me. So I just get really psyched up. In fact, I think like a week ago, I called Ashton and I'm like, am I posting too much? Because I'm just having too much fun with this.
No, and Amanda knows that I'm the type of person that if she goes MIA, I know something's like wrong. Maybe she's like in a depression stage or something. I don't know, but I'm like, hey, what's going on?
And you're
she's like, well,
exactly
this is
right. Like, I get a
happening.
phone call and I'm like, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. No, really, you're not. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Because I know, I can tell by
You guys,
your bubbly
like,
personality.
it does get so frustrating when you're not moving, but like all of you have said, if you stick with it and you're consistent and you do your part, it pays off so much. And I thank God every day of where I'm at today, for sure. And my son, you know, sometimes he's like, Mommy, you're always on your phone, you know, like, and I'm like, well, buddy, you know what? It's going to pay off. This is Mommy's job. And we're going to make things work here. We're not going to be in debt, and we're going to be able to go do fun things. And we're not going to be able to sit around at my house. My biggest goal is I live in a townhouse complex, and my number one goal is to get out and get a house of our own. So that's what keeps me going.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Can we also mention that how long have you been applying for disability?
Oh my gosh. Well, I got denied the first time. So I applied the second time and got denied because they had told me that I could work, I could find a desk job.
So if you're in a situation where you're like, okay, I'm waiting on Social Security, I'm waiting for disability, whatever your situation may be, this could be the answer, because she
absolutely. And you know, like, not even completely full time, like here and there. If you just want to, do it at your own speed. It's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and just you talking about your son saying like, oh, you're always on your phone. And like, I
Yeah.
get that can be hard because you're like, oh, like I want to spend more time with my kid. But when you think about it, it's like, okay, but even though you're working from your phone, at least you're there with him. Instead of, you know, and I know kids don't understand that part, but it's like, he doesn't even know how lucky he is to have you.
Mommy, you have another Zoom meeting.
You know, my kids, I've been doing this for 10 years now, and my oldest is 10 and I have 3 kids. So they've been a part of this business their whole lives. And it's interesting to see the progression of at first when they're like, oh, like you're going to work? What do you mean you're going to work? And now they're like, when I say, oh, I got to get on my Zoom, or they'll even ask, do you have a Zoom meeting tonight? Or, oh, you know, have you talked to your distributors? Like they kind of get into it now and they like understand and do their own thing. So
yeah.
it'll be interesting.
I'm a very shy, tender-hearted person. So reaching out to people, and I wouldn't say being demanding, but you know, staying on top of it and
I like to
doing
call it assertive.
follow-ups. Yes. And I know my mom's looking down on me, and she is so proud of me right now.
Heck yeah, she
Yes,
is,
she
because you're
is.
doing amazing things.
I
We're
love
going
it.
diamond this month.
Like I just I can't express how happy I am right now. And
We
it's
got
just
so
all of you guys are just so great. Like the team is so great and I just love it. And when Ashton said, I can tell sometimes when you're MIA, I can feel it and I have to reach out to like everybody because you guys are just amazing.
Well, that's one of the things too that I think it's crazy. Whenever we join this business, we're always thinking about the money and what the
Yeah.
money's going to do. And it really is so much more than that, as corny as it sounds. And it's hard to convey that to people who aren't a part of it. And even like how you said, you're just like so happy and you love doing it. And that's a really awesome feeling, just to be a part of
Mhm.
something that you're so
Absolutely.
excited to share. What something I wanted to ask, okay, so you just promoted to Emerald. Like what did how did things change from like when you first joined and you were working your business into like this month where you were like, I'm gonna go Emerald? Like, were you doing more of your tasks? Like, did you do
Yes.
did you do
I
something
was
different?
doing, I was doing the one product, one opportunity, one it works, and HAPS without getting blocked.
Yeah, because you were in Facebook jail for a long time, weren't you?
Yeah. And seriously, you guys, it's all about the HAPS. Like that hurt me a lot. Like I've just skyrocketed from just that.
Yeah.
And following up is very important. I have to write everything down because I have to see it to.
Well, and I think staying organized helps you stay focused and helps you like stay on track with your plan.
Definitely.
And like just from like me watching from the outside, like you're very like involved. Like I always see you like commenting on people's stuff. Like I see you getting on the trainings, like you're in your chat all the time. Like you're very active in the business. You're surrounding yourself with those people that you need to surround yourself to keep making things happen. Like you're putting
Absolutely.
yourself in those situations to be having conversations to keep that excitement up, which is
Yep.
really important. And I feel like, you want to, they always say like, stay close to the fire, because like when you're excited and you're close to people who are excited, it's just going to fuel that even more. So
Yes.
you knew that you had a goal and you're like,
Yes,
I'm gonna do it.
yes.
And I see you posting a lot of things like that a lot of us are posting. And I love that because like that was something whenever I still do it now, but especially when I was new, I remember like, they would always say this is a copycat business. You just have to copy the right cat. And so like, even if I didn't understand why I was doing something, well, so-and-so was doing it and I wanted to be where they were. So I was going to do it. I didn't even care. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one
ask me
thing
why I
that
did
stuck
that.
in my head when Ashton and I talked, and because I was like, how am I going to get like, people are seeing these, but how am I going to get like more response and blah, blah, blah. And she said, go to Lindsay's page, like go to some of these pages and just check them out. And I'm like, yep. So that's what I do. I have my little few that I've picked and I go for it.
Yes, I love it. Whenever you at the beginning you said that whenever you did this business, like you had done so many things or been scammed so many times, like because I feel like a lot of people we talk to, sometimes they'll say the same thing, or they don't know if this is legit, or people are just nervous. Like for you, like, and maybe you just like had a feeling, I don't know, but like what made you finally say like, because I know you said you didn't join right away.
I
but
think I actually, in fact, I asked Ashton a lot. Are you sure this isn't a scam? I think that's what I did, but I just I just got onto her page and was looking at everybody's page, and then, like I said, she gave me some other names to go and like be like, see this, check these out. It's really for real. What do you got to lose? And I just went with it, praying to God that it was legit. And it is.
go.
I love it. I love it.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that she had said at the beginning that she was struggling? She was having to borrow money from churches before this business, and she still came up with the money to join.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah. You're
Let's
right.
just-
Well,
put it-
and I guess it's one of those things where the right people, like nothing is going to keep them from doing this. Like the people that are meant to come into our business, they're going to find a way to make
And
it
you
work.
know, yeah, you're always gonna have those people that are like, really, like, oh, one of those, like, blah, blah, blah. But I've always, with all the Zooms that I've always paid attention to and got on to and listened to you guys, you're like, yeah, you're gonna have that. And you know what? Don't let that get you down, because look at where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There's always going to be the haters.
well, and there is, it's frustrating, but
Well, and so one of the things I was thinking about, as I was thinking about, you know, when we're working on our goals and making things happen, you know, of course, in the host to post and the posting is so important, but it also takes me back to like how important it is to be like a product of the product. And you're like perfect for
Yeah.
this because you do, like, you use the products, you share your results, you've been very like vocal about how much you love the products. And I just feel like that's so huge. And not even just with the products, but also with the business, like making sure that we're sharing what the
Mhm.
business is doing for us and sharing that excitement. Because those things, whether for for the products or the opportunity,
Mhm.
like people do connect to you because of that. And they do build that relationship. And I feel like it's so important that we do that and you do that so well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I absolutely love the products. I'm down 24 pounds off of them.
That is awesome.
And I just feel amazing. It's such good energy.
Heck yeah, you're like rolling in the right direction in all the spots.
Yes.
That's awesome. Ashton, is there anything else you want to have Amanda share really quick? Because I know you know her the best. Is there anything that you think that she could share that people could really benefit from?
I think she pretty much said everything. I think like the biggest tip that she gave is copy the right cat. Find your top leaders, see what they're doing. They're at the top for a reason. Copy them. If they put up a post, you put up a post. Change some emojis or some words though. But that's what this business is all about, is simple. And
You know, I was
We
also
can
gonna
copy.
say, when I do some of my host to posts, I change it up. I text, but then I also voice as well. And I think I've had a lot more outcome from voicing, just because then they really know, you know, it is coming from you, and this is a good deal. I guess confidence, you know, that this isn't, I get so many, oh, this is just another scam. And then I'll like go into my voice and be like, hey, listen, you know, that's exactly what
that's
I
what I
thought at
do.
first, blah, blah, blah.
I do that a lot with customers, but also potential distributors. I always answer their questions in voice messages.
Yeah.
And like whenever we have the opportunity calls, I always voice message every potential I have and send the little cute graphic that I make, inviting them to get on, because then they're like, okay, well, she just sent me a voice message. So when I get on Zoom, they're going to hear my voice and recognize it. And then they're going to see my face. And so it's like, we're friends. We know each other now.
Yeah.
So,
And I always always with the people that I don't know, when I host a post, you know, I'll send them the information and whatever. And then I will say, would you like me to send my personal photos as well? And so I do it that way. I honestly believe that the personal photos is a big hit.
yeah, being a product of the product is huge.
Yeah.
By the way, the aloe, if y'all aren't on the aloe, you just need to run to your back office and order it, because I'm obsessed with it.
I love it. I love it too.
Like my bloating and my inflammation is gone. I don't know. I've been on it for 5 days, so I don't know if this makes that big of a difference, but I feel like my hair is like healthier.
My nails.
Longer. Like my hair hasn't been this long, like ever. Like this is the longest it's ever been.
So
Taking our products.
I've had some gut problems lately, and I was gonna go to the doctor before I started all of this. And I thought, I'm just gonna skip the doctor for a while and see how I do on these products. And I don't even have it anymore. But the aloe has helped amazing with that.
I'm obsessed with the aloe. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Yeah, I would have to concur with that.
I'm like, let me just drink this whole bottle of it.
Yeah.
So I was like reading in the chat really quick and I saw like some comments in here and gosh, like I just remember this being me. So somebody had said that they were, they watch what others do and like sometimes they're not getting as many comments as the other people are. And you guys, I literally remember this being myself. And I remember even calling my enroller and being like, like you're getting so many comments on your post. Like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And she used to always remind me, like, we have to remember, like, and like for her, like, she was like, I've been doing this so much longer than you have. Like, I've been planting so many more seeds. Like, I've been talking to so many more people. Like, you cannot compare us in that way. And so that's something you have to remember when, you're seeing people. Like if you're doing the same things and they're getting more comments on their post, okay, your guys' interaction isn't the same. Your guys' network is not the same. Like probably the amount of interacting you guys are doing is not the same. So you have to remember that, but also remember that, and like this is for me personally, like 90% and maybe even a little bit more of my customers and distributors never like or comment on my post. Like they secretly watch and then they message me randomly and I have no idea that they're watching. Like you cannot use your It Works post, like the interaction you get on them, as a gauge of who's actually interested. So just remember that. And sometimes you have to remember, like, yeah, like my post might have 30 comments, but 25 of those could be because I did like the commenting ladder in the next level page. And those are like distributors to like boost my interaction, which there's nothing wrong with that, but like, just don't compare because you don't know the situation, but just keep doing the things. And, just make sure, like, I feel like whenever I feel like I'm not getting a lot of comments on my post, go and do like interaction posts that have nothing to do with the business. And just, and if you're not really getting interaction on those, then get out there and go spend some time doing some intentional interaction with your network so you can start seeing those interactions come back on your page. But
100% consistency.
Well, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, our minds are just like our biggest enemy because it's like it's so easy just to compare and to get in your head about these things. And like, and then for you just to be like, oh, like, I'm just going to take a break from doing this because it's not working anyway. So why would I keep doing it? And then it just totally does all the work that you just did. So, but being consistent, even when you don't feel like it, even when you think that it's not working, just keep doing it because it is. And you have no idea how close you are to like something blowing up. And it's crazy because I can do a post one day and then I could do like the exact same post like a week or two later and it like blows up, the exact same one. And I'm like, hello, like were people just sleeping that day? Like it's just so goofy. And I feel like sometimes that's just how it goes. But yes, being consistent. Okay, so it's almost been 30 minutes. Ashton, really quick, I know you kind of shared some things. Amanda, thank you for sharing. You're so amazing. And
absolutely.
I appreciate you so much. Ashton, is there anything else you want to share? Like, because you also promoted You Crazy Little Diamond You and Earn Jamaica, but is there anything that we didn't discuss already that you really feel like, for people working on their promotions or whatever their goals are, that is super important?
So there's a few things that Amanda said that I really want to elaborate on because those are the things that got her to where she is now and going to help her continue to grow and go diamond this month and be a shiny little diamond. So the first thing, host post, y'all. A host post, if you're not enrolling, it's probably because you didn't get that many host posts of them, gonna be honest, or none at all. Post to post are where it's at. Okay. My biggest month, I was like, okay, I'm going on a host post run. I got up 20 to 50 host posts a day. And I signed 86 customers in one single month, over 4,000 in volume by myself from post to post. And there's a thing with host posts that I'm going to kind of dig a little deeper into. When you're doing host post, you write down every single person who posts for you and write down every single person that comments on those posts, because you're going to want to make sure that you're sending all of those people that comment friend requests, but also if they don't accept your friend request, you can always go back and you know exactly where they came from. I know. You know why they're on your friends list. Sorry, I have a loud mouth, baby. But you have everyone written down, and I think that's like what Amanda's shift was she started writing everything down. She didn't do that before. So once it like shifted and she started promoting, it's because she started writing it down. She knew exactly where people were when she needed to follow up at the end of the month for last minute orders. She knew exactly where to go. She went to her list of potentials. She knew what the product was that they were interested in. And then therefore she can say, hey, are you still interested in this? Okay, great. Let's get your order in. And I mean, the host posts are where it's at. So if you're not doing host posts, you should be doing host posts if you want the enrollments. Another thing, yeah, she's holding up her list. Another thing is, the heck was I gonna say? I was gonna say something in this one. It was in my mind. I think I'm losing it. You're insane, dude. Host post. And I don't know. Host post and follow-ups. That's like the main thing that you guys should like. It should be at the top of your list. Following up. Following up and host post. Those should be the two things, because as you get people put a post for you, that's when you can also ask like, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Because I see you posting and you always comment on these. You can make an extra income without having to be entered into a giveaway. But just offering people the business who post for you, and then also just keeping up with those potentials. I'm going in circles because I can't think because it's this crazy baby. Okay.
No, I love that. And I need to be doing more host to post. That just really like made me think, gosh, darn it, I'm going to be doing more. So, awesome. I love it. So something I did too, you guys, like, cause I like to write things down too, but I kind of like was setting like different goals. Cause I kind of found myself like the last few months, like knowing I was working on things, but I still also felt like I was like blowing in the wind and like not super focused. But I really want to focus on earning a builder bonus. So in like every month at the beginning of the month, like I write out like on a note, I have like a notebook. But I put like the month, and then I put like a LC column and a DT column, and I'll put like a bunch of numbers on like how many loyals I want to sign for the month and distributors. Well, this month I kind of like broke it down a little different, and I did like June, and I did like 4 loyals and a distributor, and like I separated it and did 4 loyals and a distributor, separated it, because I want to work on getting 3 of those 4-in-1s done, which actually I already have 1 done for my builder bonus. But I didn't put it on here. I don't really know why, but so that's kind of how I'm filling it out. So kind of keeping myself more focused on like completing that builder bonus, so I have like my goal like right out in front of me. So I just think it's super important too, you guys, like while you are like writing things down and keeping track, make sure you have like what your goal is like in front of you, whether it's promoting to executive or Ruby or completing a 4-in-1, like write that down. And I really feel like if you write it down and you have 4 blanks for loyal customers and a blank for your distributor, like you're gonna feel more like motivated and inclined to fill these black lines in, because you got them right here in front of your face, instead of just being like, oh, I want to do that, you know, because it's cool also when you're writing them down and you start seeing like the spots filling up and you can see your progress happening. So that's something I think is super important as well, like as we're working on our goal, is, you know, kind of like counting, like keeping track as you're going. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm signing people, things are like coming together, I think, and I'll just figure out later at the end of the month when it comes, like where my volume's at. Like it's good to be keeping track as you're going too, so you can see how close you're getting. So okay, well, if you guys don't have anything else to share, I know we shared a lot, we went over a little bit, 30 minutes. I like thought this was so dang freaking good. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing, and thank you, Ashton. But Amanda, you kind of dove in. We got to learn a little bit more about you, and I really just love your story, and I'm just so excited for you, and I'm so happy for you. You all are all amazing, and I think like this team is on fire, and I just really can't wait to see what continues to happen. And I'm excited to see what's coming the rest of the month.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah, of course.
So you see my sweatshirt? We are all perfectly imperfect. If I can do it, you guys can.
You're so sweet. One more thing. Can we just talk about how Amanda is like halfway to earning Jamaica and she's going because I told her she's going if she earns it. I'm not gonna let her not go. And she said, I don't know about going on the airplane. No, homegirl, you're going.
Heck yeah. If you are on this trip, you are absolutely going. Take a freaking
Yes.
sleeping pill. and Just go.
Yeah, right.
I said you can fly to Dallas and then you can fly with us.
That's right.
I'll
That
just-
is awesome.
Yeah. No, I have to go. Like, I've never been anywhere ever.
Yeah, that is so cool. I'm so excited about all this. There's lots of things happening, you guys, like for the entire year, and I'm just really excited for all of them, and I'm so proud of you. And Amanda, yeah, you better start picking out your swimsuit, girl.
Oh boy.
That's why I started my aloe, so I'm beach ready.
That's all right.
Hey,
'Cause I
but
am
on
not
that
sure.
note, on the swimming suit note, it's gonna be a smaller size. So we got that going on.
Exactly. Look on Shein. They got some good ones.
Ooh.
All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for hopping on here. And I will talk to you guys soon. And thanks again. Bye.